Alright, after a little bit of time with the sheet metal brake and test fitting and then more bending and test fitting and more bending, this is basically what I came up with. It's very, very close, but it's not perfect. It needs a little bit more refinement. The bends are fine. In particular, this area right here I think needs to be removed. I'll show you that here in a second. I'll go place it inside the truck. But this is what I came up with. And I just wanted to mention something before I forget. All your little Sharpie marks that are on here, you need to come in and with some acetone or even just grind them off or something, but you need to get rid of them because that stuff over time, it does bleed through your paint. So anything you're painting, if it's got Sharpie marks on them, get those off because they will bleed through your paint and it'll make it look like crap. So let me go put this in the truck and I'll show you how it fits. Alright, here's our bracket in the truck, and like I just said, all the bends are really great. It's this area right down in here. Don't know if I'll be able to get that on film, but you can kind of see how the floor starts to curve this way. So this little ear, pull it out, this little ear here is probably going to need to be cut off straight with this line right here, just so it's not interfering with that curve, and I'll get a nice flat mating surface where I'm going to put some rosette welds in this. So put this, slide that into place. So basically I just need to do a few more things. I think I might add a little bit more support and bracing to this bracket. But I am going to weld this in place, and I've had some comments and some people have sent me some personal messages through YouTube on several of my videos asking if there was a way that they could do something that I did in the video without welding. Well, if you've watched all these videos with replacing these sliders and switching them around, I haven't done any welding. I've done grinding and I've done drilling, and of course hammering and using hand tools and stuff like that, but the only real power tools I used was a grinder and a drill. So far I've done absolutely no welding, and in reality there's really no welding that you need to do. I'm going to do it because I have the equipment and it's easier, but you could just as easily bolt this bracket to the floor. If you go underneath, you have access behind here to get a nut and a wrench, or to put your bolt and have the bolt come through and then put your nut on this side. But you could just as easily bolt this into place. So and likewise back here on the rear mount, where is it? Oh, it's way under there. Likewise on the rear mount, you have room underneath the floor to go under there with your nut, and it'll just take two people. You'll have to have someone on the top to hold the bolt with a wrench while you're underneath tightening the nut. So none of this requires welding. I am going to weld, like I said, because I have the equipment to do that, but you don't need it. It's not required. You can bolt these brackets and bolt these seats into the truck without welding. So I'm going to keep working on this bracket. I'm going to keep shooting video, and we'll see how this turns out. Alright, so I went and picked up another bench seat. Found this on Craigslist. Got it for a whopping 25 bucks. It's pretty worn out over here on the driver's side, and it's missing the little latches that hold the seat back so it doesn't just flop forward all the time. But I don't care about the seat. All I want are the sliders, and the sliders on this are in great shape. So I still got it here in my truck out in front of my house. I got my ratchet and some needle nose. I'm just gonna pull those sliders off of there, take those into the backyard, and then leave the seat out here in the front for the garbage man. So I'll get these off, and then we'll continue this project.